What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Christmas music, and I am very excited to do this. This is a CD that's called A Scottish Christmas. It's from 1996. It came into my family's holiday canon of Christmas music later than a lot of the Christmas music I've been going through. But I enjoyed it immensely when I heard it. You know, by the time I was a teenager, I was already listening to sort of world music, meaning music from outside the States and different like folk music or historical music categories. I had come to enjoy Scottish and Irish pipe music, and which is funny because I've since talked to a few Scottish people and an Irish person who none of them seem to enjoy pipe music, so I'm not sure if it's more like the charm is in the fact that, you know, it's sort of not from where I was raised, whereas if you're raised around it, it's, you know, like other things that you're surrounded by. It's like, yeah, it's fine, whatever, but, you know, I have other interests, so that is a sort of interesting wrinkle to me. Nevertheless, what this album became was our On the Day of Christmas album. So like, you know, we'd be listening to Johnny Mathis and Nat King Cole and like some of the choral Christmas carol music that we have, which, you know, I reacted to a couple like choral pieces of Christmas music in this same session, and some of those are, you know, pieces that go back and I remember listening to. But on Christmas Day, after, again, I guess 96, we began playing this album on Christmas morning when we were at the, you know, the fire opening stockings and going over to the tree. So this album I associate heavily, not just with Christmas, the season, but specifically with the day and the celebration and the gift giving of my family when I was a teen, but, you know, still living at home. So yeah, it's a very special album to me. It's an instrumental slash like folk music album, and I do want to give all the credits because they list them here on the front. So again, this is A Scottish Christmas. I do enjoy the sort of, you know, it's not, I don't know if you would call that a castle or like a manor, but I enjoy the tree out front, and then we have our man in full Scottish regalia with a tree freshly cut. But on the album it makes a point that this is traditional Scottish carols, wassail tunes, strathspeys, and reels for the celebration of Christmas, Hogmanay, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and the New Year. And it makes a point to say that Bonnie Rideout was on the Scottish fiddle, Maggie Sansone was on the hammered dulcimer, Al Petaway was on the acoustic guitar, and Eric Riggler was on Highland bagpipe, Scottish small pipes, and Uilleann pipes. So lots going on here, but shout out to all them, shout out to this album. I really enjoy the instrumental and, you know, sort of Scottish, like classic music sort of feel. So let's get it. This is their version of Greensleeves, or What Child Is This? From A Scottish Christmas, a CD from 1996. So once again, What Child Is This? Parentheses, Greensleeves. think it's my favorite version. The only critical thing I would say is maybe it feels like it's like 30 seconds too long. It feels like it could sort of get to that last moment, one like iteration of the main theme earlier, but I don't mind. Like, I am fine with it going as long as it did. But I actually thought it was going to end a little earlier, so I suppose a natural ending point may have been like 20-30 seconds earlier. But again, I think it is my favorite version. And I love how it, it stays true to sort of the melody of the original, but it adds a sort of elaboration, and it becomes more of a Scottish carol than it would just, the original music on the page. So I really like what they do with it. Big ups to all the musicians I mentioned. Gonna go through at least one more on this album, because again, it's sort of like a historically special album to my holiday experiences, even though it came into the group of albums we would listen to at the holidays much later than some of the others. So in any case, let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy sort of instrumental or classical, or in this case, like, folk music versions of carols, because as I've gotten older, I increasingly enjoy those types of performances or renditions of carols. So let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.